inflated, out of control, so to speak.
Well, if I'm talking to him about the danger of what he's doing, and he's not listening, and I see where it can affect me, then the possibility, yes, I would. Because then I would realize that he's looking for him. I have to look for me. Because even with Sting, 2003, the Ninja Man saga,
Yes.
I had a licensed firearm. I wasn't in the fight, but they came at me to take away my licensed firearm just because of my affiliation with the artist. But when they did their investigation, they realized that I did nothing wrong with mines.
Yes.
So they gave it back to me. So I realized how some things can affect me if, or how deep I am in it.
Were those things that, for example, part of the consideration for you too?
No, man, this Sting thing, I didn't support what happened. Actually, after Sting that same morning,
yes,
I went to Ninja Man's hotel room and talked to him and apologized to him. Because I didn't support. Yeah, at the time, Ninja Man didn't even know who I was. And when I introduced myself to him, he turned to his friend, because there were a lot of guys there from all about. And he turned to them and he said, "This man brave, we don't know who this is." And he told them. But then he sat and had a conversation with me. And I lived to see Ninja Man came to Atlanta in 2006 and was in my house.
Kartel's conviction, what went through your mind when that happened? The answer to that.
To really see what you're trying to say to him. And it's not like Kartel is not a young man that you can't talk to. He's someone that you can't talk to, but sometimes he has his beliefs,
Yes.
and you can't knock him for it.
What would you like to see happen for Kartel?
Oh, definitely would love to see him come back on the street. Because at the end of the day, he has a family that he loves dearly. He has a life to live. And I'm sure the time that he's where he's at now, he must look into a lot of things and see how he could have handled it differently. So I believe he should get another chance.
Do you think he will?
I'm hoping. The thing is, when the system is after you, it's hard. That's my belief. And not because I say this now means that that's how it really is, but just on my belief, I think the system was after him.
Did he ever want you to come back and manage him, to be part of his management, his team?
Yes, on two separate occasions. In 2006 March, he did 3 shows in the U.S. One in Texas, one in Orlando, and one in Atlanta. So I went on the road with him for those 3 shows. It was him and Escobar, Mega Banton, and Merciless. So I was on the road with him for those 3 shows. So after he left to Jamaica, he texted me saying that he would like me to come back to be his manager.
Yes.
But for the same reason what I've said earlier, like the system, because I was hearing that from people in the system, that they didn't like his behavior at Sting. So I knew. So I said to him, turn yourself into the police and clear your name. I guess he didn't like that, or he didn't want to hear that. But 6 months later, he was on Ari with, or one of those stations with Mark Shields and Movado. And I was like, that's what I was telling you to do 6 months ago. So...
The peace truce that was
right,
called
just
that.
you see, the police can say what they think, what they hear, and also what they know. But until you go and face them sometimes, you never know what's going on. So had he had done that, then yes, if he had listened to me, I said, you know what, I would go, but I want you to be there when I'm going. And then in June 2009, it was actually June the 3rd, I had a long conversation with him, over an hour on the phone. And he said to me, Butler, I really need a manager. He said, business is going good. He said, the closest thing I have met since you left is Corey. That's Corey Todd. But Corey is still not good like you. I need a manager. And I said the same thing to him. I said, you're joking. I have too much yes man around you. Which he admitted. He said, yeah, it's true.
So you would have gone back had he cleared himself of?
Those things that I said to him was for him to convince me that he's a different person and he would listen to me. Because honestly, I could not control him.
Okay.
And I realized that. Because even if he tell me yes, he's still going to do. I mean, example, so you understand. I book shows overseas for Kartel. And when the day come for us to go on the plane, Kartel is nowhere to be found. I remember when I was at the embassy, men came at the embassy. Well, I told them where I live, because I wasn't hiding.
Yes.
Because we didn't go to their show in the US, and they wanted back their money. So I told them where I was, for them to come and get it. And I remember one of the men said to me, you know why we're not going to do anything? They didn't hide. You were so cooperative because they were so pissed. So I went through a lot of that, where we collected money. He didn't go to the shows.
Why? Why didn't he?
Winfred, I can't answer that one. He has his reasons. I don't know why. Sometimes we double booked. I book a show for him. He book one for himself. So we had those clashes. So the frustration was building up.
Okay.
So that is, it just lead up to me just being like, I have to start thinking about me.
So what kept you silent for so long? You have not been out there claiming, as do so many who helped his rise.
Because I'm not that type of person. People will hear the name, but they don't know the face.
Did that have anything to do with you staying away from music for so long?
Staying away from the music was a choice of mine, because if I could make my name worldwide with the affiliation of Vybz Kartel, why would I take up someone who is going to be less? A lot of artists contact me until this day. In my head, if I can't find another talent on the same level as Kartel, or better, it makes no sense for me, because that's like I'm going backward. I'm a bit excited right now because of my nephew, King Ziddy. KXNG_ZIDII. That's his Instagram name. He has like almost 80,000 followers on Instagram and over 1 million on TikTok. And if he decides to take music seriously, I'm excited for him, because I'm also going to be a part of that journey. Right now, he's the person I see that could take me back to music.
Oh, wow. You're in business now. You're a businessman in the United States now. Are you comfortable with your life now?
I'm happy to an extent, yes, in my life right now. If there were things that I could have changed, maybe. But like I said, it's for a reason why it happened. Because, like the Bible says, before I was born, God already know my journey.
Family? Kids?
Yes, I have 3 kids. I have a fiance right now, a girlfriend. I'm not married right now.
Yes. But 3 kids.
3 kids.
You cared about how people will react to this interview?
No, not really, because you have to understand, the people from day one, who knew Vybz Kartel before he became Vybz Kartel, and who knows me, they're gonna say that there goes the truth. Because a lot of guys out there talking all this nonsense about them and their part that they played in Vybz Kartel's stardom, and I just laugh when I hear them. Some people, I remember I was in a party here in Atlanta, and this guy, Billy Slaughter from Stone Love was playing. And this guy, when Billy Slaughter mentioned my name, this guy went up to him and said, "No, but that did not was Cartel, it's John FX." And I'm like, John FX came in the picture after me. But because he knew John FX, he contacted John FX. And John FX had to tell him, like, that's the man right here for real.